excited to show you this Modular Magic Ableton Live Pack in collaboration with Belle Reid. Sarah sent over 5 samples from her modular synthesizer. Crazy, interesting, evolving sounds of all sorts. And if you're into this, I'd encourage you to check out Sarah's Learning Sound and Synthesis course, which opens only twice a year. It's a really great opportunity to learn about modular synths, and you don't even need any special gear. You can use the free VCV rack, which is available for download, and it's a modular synth inside your laptop. Then you might also want to check out her free course, Learn How to Make Your First Modular Synth Patch. And you can sign up for that and just get right going with her work. So I want to show you what I've done with this. The free pack is going to come with 10 different instruments. And for members of my music production club, it's double the fun. When you're in the club, you're going to get 20 instruments. So I've got the first few set of sounds that are these clips that she sent me, all chopped up. These are really nice for sound effects and little percussion sounds, and there's all kinds of things. And you can just kind of scroll through the different sounds by changing the start point, and it changes what the pads sound like. You can even change the sensitivity so that you get longer samples. The third clip is a little more percussive. Really cool stuff. And the other ones, you've got these very interesting and unusual little sounds. So let's get into the actual instruments I made. This one is called Better Memory, and you've got an arpeggiator in there, which you have control over from the macro controls. I'll turn that off for a second. Just let you hear kind of a more pure synth sound. Some delay on it and a filter you can control. So use the envelope on the filter to give us some sweeping sound on these. So already it's like a totally different sound just based on a few knob turns. Here's another one. And these two in the light blue are made with Ableton's simpler device. Now we're getting into the ones made with the Granulator. And I've just created some macro variations where home is kind of like your safest place to be. But if we go to the slow crawl, and you'll even see it right here on the display, now the grains are being drifted across the sample, and the further it goes, the weirder it gets. So you start getting some really kind of wild stuff happening here. This home control determines like where the sample starts playing from. Where I have it set on the home variation, you're going to be in tune. This is so if you play a C, you're going to get a C. But as it drifts further away, no guarantees on what note you're going to get. Here's another Granulator instrument. Nice warm sound. And similar controls, or similar concept with this home. The longer I hold on, the wilder it gets. But we're still within a key. Like when we play a C, we get a C. If I start changing the variations from home to, say, going too far, it's like you're traveling a little too far from home. Things are getting a little crazy. And then I've got the Go to Nightmare, where you get some wild stuff here. Here's another Granulator instrument. So there's 3 Granulator instruments together. This one's really warm and soft. You can hear there's a lot of movement in it. I'm not even changing much here at all, and we're just getting this evolving sound. The first preset is called This Looks Safe. And we got Go Back Home, and you already hear the adventures happening when we do that. This one's called Uh-Oh. And now things are a little more dangerous and textural. Then I'll go to Not Safe as well. So now we're getting all this like interesting rhythmic stuff happening. I'm just holding down, again, one note. And we're just traveling through these samples. The next batch of sounds are all made with Live Sampler. And what I hope you're starting to see is there's just a ton of texture and life to these sounds. So the samplers are all built with a similar structure, where we've got ourselves a filter. I'm just holding down these notes, changing the filter. We got the control of the envelope, attack and release, so I could turn this into more of like a pad sound with a slower fade in rather than more of a pluck. We've also got this FM control, so I can add some frequency modulation. And you can tell by the color coding that this FM tune control is related to the FM amount control. I'm going to go to the next batch of macros. We've got an arpeggiator, and this arpeggiator is tied in with Live's scale awareness. So we're going to stay within the key, and we can get some neat chords and kind of melodies. Like I'm just really holding down like a major chord right here, but we're traveling up through the scale degrees. Here's one called Emergent Life, and I think this is a cool one to show you the reverse function. So if you look inside our sampler here, you'll see the end flag is way back here, but our loop only kind of stays here, which means we never get to that second part of this sample. But if I turn on the reverse, get that past 64, now we start way back past the sample and go backwards, and you're just hearing like all this wild stuff happening right now. I'm gonna put a little delay on this, and we will also play around with the frequency modulation. And this is where it's really easy to get lost in these sounds. Let's see. This is a really cool one. This is, again, just one key going through the sample here. I'm going to play around with the frequency modulation. Lots of cool sounds, from harsh, crazy, wild, distorted, to stuff that's a little bit more soft and friendly to the ears. I think you're going to have a lot of fun playing around with these and using them in your music. I've been getting lost in them and creating this pack, and that's always a good sign for me. So I want to thank Sarah for sending these over here. She was on the Music Production Podcast a while back, and we had a great conversation. I think it's worth checking out. She's got some great perspectives on creativity and overcoming like artistic challenges. And I recommend you check out her course, which you can sign up for right now, which is Learning Sound and Synthesis. And if you miss the cutoff, because it will happen quickly, you can then also sign up for the first modular patch. So thanks so much for checking this out. This is all available for free download on my site, brianfunk.com. And again, it's 10 free sounds that anyone can download. And if you want to get the whole collection of 20, it's going out to the Music Production Club. Thanks so much, and have a great day.